Welcome back. All right, so just the one evening game tonight in the National Hockey League. We got 10 games tomorrow and 8 games on Tuesday, so today's the quiet day. Detroit in against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Toronto played a good game, and then all of a sudden, whoops. So we're going to get into it. It's Reimer versus Samsonov. So you have Samsonov trying to redeem himself after some rough starts before being sent down. You have Reimer, a former Toronto Maple Leafs goaltender, who I think probably enjoys playing in Toronto and beating Toronto. And based on the celebration at the end of the game, there's a lot of players that seem to enjoy beating Toronto. So this game was delayed 45 minutes. The Red Wings were late coming in, so to accommodate them, they pushed the starting time back 45 minutes. They still didn't have that long after they arrived at the arena to get ready and get themselves together. Larkin has a rush chance that's defended. Good early flow. It felt like it could be a fast game. Matthews to Holmberg near miss. There's a power play for Toronto. Early clear. Leafs look to set up. Marner can't bury a rebound. There's a shorthanded Larkin chance that's held. Bertuzzi's denied. Power play's killed off. 2 shots on net during that for Toronto. Kane goes to the locker room. He took a hit and he fell. He did not return to the game. Though the one thing that Elliot Friedman said after the second period was, it is not the hip. Repeat, it is not the hip. In the event that Kane was hurt and it was the hip, that's where you get concerned. It is a lower body injury, but again, not hip related. That would be great news if, in fact, that's the case. So, shots are 3 apiece at 7 minutes. Robertson steals one. He rushes. The Leafs press briefly. Holmberg has a net drive. That draws another power play. Matthews has a one-timer kicked aside. Back-to-back clears by Detroit. Then there's a crossbar from Nylander. It's cleared out after that. Domi has a shot that's blocked. It's cleared. Power play's killed off. 1 shot for the Leafs on that power play. Good penalty killing by Detroit, who had a hard time last night with that against the LA Kings. Net feed to Domi gets blocked. The Wings then get a power play. There's an early clear and another. The Leafs standing them up at the blue line, not letting them get in. There's a near miss for Veleno as the penalty comes to an end. The Wings press afterwards. The shots are 5-4 for Detroit with 6 minutes left. So not a lot of really prime opportunities, not a ton of shots in this one at that point. Rasmussen has a shot that's held. The Leafs draw their 3rd power play of the period and their final power play of the game as well. Short-handed Rasmussen chance is denied and close. Nylander has a shot that's blocked. Yarncroke has one that's held. Power play's killed off. 1 shot on net during that power play. Confer couldn't bury one on a 2-on-1 after the kill was done. There's a near miss for DeBrincat. It's cleared out. Leafs press in the final minute. And yeah, that's where they announce Kane, out with a lower body injury, would not return to the game. So we go to the second period scoreless, but it's not scoreless for long. At 31 seconds, Holmberg deflects Riley's shot into the net. So Morgan Riley on the board with a helper, Holmberg with the goal, and it's 1-0. And then Marner to Bertuzzi near miss as the Leafs are looking to capitalize on some momentum here. The Leafs press for another. Domi gets denied on a fast break. The Wings then press. They're kept to the outside. Sprong has a rush chance that's defended. Timmins is denied. The rebound's cleared. Shots are 6-3 for Toronto, 5 minutes in, so much better start to the second for Toronto than in the first period. DeBrincat has a shot that's held. There's some pushing after that. Matthews has a slot shot that deflects wide. Marner then has a chance that's held. McCabe has a shot that goes wide. The Leafs press. Kampf has a tip shot that was held by Reimer. Veleno has a net drive that's defended, but it leads to a Wings power play. So there's a shorthanded rush by Nylander. Reimer holds on to that. Sprung has a chance that was held as well. Gostisbehere has a chance that's caught and held. Good start for Samsonov to that point, right? It's killed off 2 shots. The Wings press after it's done. Holmberg to Nylander near miss there. Teams exchange rushes. And then after a turnover, Larkin roofs one in close. Perron with the assist at 15:38. So just some puck management issues for Toronto there, and Detroit makes them pay. It's a 1-1 tie. Timmins is then denied as the Leafs look to respond. Giordano being given a night of rest, so Timmins in there and trying to impress people. Comfer nearly scores. Couldn't get that one to go in, though. Brody has a shot that deflects out. Domi to Matthews, near miss, and then the next chance for Matthews, that was saved. Matthews was kept off the board tonight. Marner was not. At 18-17, on a tic-tac-toe play, Marner buries one. It's his 600th point. He is the fastest Maple Leaf to 600 points, so we've seen 900 points for Marchand, 800 points for Kucherov, and now 600 points for Marner, all within 24 hours of each other. This is why I don't do the milestone videos like I used to, because a lot of guys hitting milestones right now. So that is the fastest that anybody's hit 600 points in Leafs history, and so kudos to Mitch Marner for that. And again, after the period, it was confirmed that it's not the hip for Patrick Kane. I don't know if I can say that too much because, again, that's something we're keeping an eye on. I mentioned that in my mid-season video the other day. So it's 2-1 Toronto after 2. All they got to do is lock it down. But in the third, Perron has an early chance it's held. Things get pushy. Gostisbehere has a net feed that's blocked. The Wings wanted a call there. They don't get it. Benoit has a shot. That's held. Sprong has a shot that's blocked and clear. Or Sider has a shot that's blocked and cleared. And then Riley's stick breaks at the blue line. All the Leafs were going to the net. So when his stick breaks, DeBrincat gets it to Sprong. And at 2:45 on a breakaway, the Detroit Red Wings have tied the game. And that was while the Leafs have been pressing. And Riley couldn't do much coming back unless he wanted to take another penalty. And it's not really Riley's game to take a penalty. Leafs look to respond. They get some pressure. Sprong then has a rush chance that's blocked by Benoit. Gostisbehere fires one wide as the Wings press. Robertson's denied from the slot. Sherratt has a chance that's saved. The Wings have some momentum now looking for the lead. Nylander then fires one high on a rush. Sprong has a rush chance that's saved. What a third period by Daniel Sprong. Again, I don't know how he ends up being a free agent seemingly every year. Just crazy to me. Marner has a net drive this block. The Leafs press. Teams trade turnovers. Matthews is denied. The rebound's cleared. The Wings press with 7 minutes left. Riley has a rush chance. That's held. With 6 minutes left, the shots are 5-4 for Toronto. So again, kind of a defensive period we're seeing at that point. Riley then has a shot that's kicked to the corner. The Wings clear. Raymond has a 3-on-2 chance. That's blocked. And Samsonov, and this is where it's kind of heartbreaking just a little bit. And obviously, between Toronto and Detroit, I don't have a personal emotional investment in who wins. But a little bit heartbreaking to see Samsonov with a great sprawling save to deny Compher with about 2.5 minutes left. The Wings go the other way, but again, it's a turnover. It's puck management that hurt the Leafs tonight. And Kopp would wire one from the slot. Rasmussen with the assist at 18:20. 3-2 is your score. And that was right after Leafs fans were chanting Sammy, Sammy, Sammy for Samsonov. So just a shame there. The goalie pull happens with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. With 1:04 left, the Leafs call a timeout. Nylander then has a shot. That's held. And so they get the goalie pulled. They're 6-on-5. And then Raymond hits the empty net. He scores from Sherratt and Larkin at 19:41. And the Wings win this one 4-2. They go to 22-16-5 with the victory. Toronto 21-12-8 with the loss tonight. So that's a tough loss for Toronto. Back-to-back nights as well. The power rankings from last night have changed for tonight. This was a very impressive win for Detroit on the road, especially considering they came in only a couple hours early. So yeah, I bumped them up in the power rankings tonight. So anytime you see anybody who's a Wings fan saying he had them way too low on Saturday, just say, yeah, but he had them higher on Sunday. We'll just throw them right off. So shots on net, 10-7 Detroit in the first, 14-7 Toronto in the second, 10-7 Toronto in the third. Final shots, 31-24 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Power plays, Detroit 0-2, Toronto 0-3. The hits, 36-23 for Detroit. Reimer saves 29 out of 31. Samsonov saved 20 out of 23 at the other end. So Samsonov's numbers don't end up being great, but he had a really good game. I feel bad for the guy. I do. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't be surprised when a preview video goes up tonight, because hockey starts early tomorrow, so why not? Or maybe I'll just set it to debut early in the morning on Monday. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.